Here we go. It's Thursday, and we're kicking off another live episode of VPR Radio with your girl, Kiana the Goddess, and the one and only DJ FMI. Partner.
Just like that, VPR. We kicking it off on another Thursday. Man, VPR. I got a few things we got to let off our chest right now. I don't know about y'all, but we're gonna jump straight into it today. We only got a few more episodes left of VPR for the year, right, Kiana? We think we have one more. I think, if that.
Yeah. What's today's date? Yeah, one more episode.
One more episode of the year. We've had a slew of amazing people that have come and sat down with us and just shown us their craft and just interacted with you guys as the audience. And it's been a wonderful experience here. We're looking forward to continue to bring that to you in the next year with just more in-depth content, more YouTube videos, so you could get a feel for what you guys want on the channel. And you always go right back in the comment section, so we have an open dialogue between what you guys like on the channel and some new topics you could get into. But today,
absolutely,
VPR, it is December 22nd. All right, Christmas is right around the corner. I don't know about y'all. I've been seeing that meme online a lot, Kiana, that people's gifts are still in the damn store. I don't know, man. I feel like these holidays snuck up, Kiana.
The whole year has snuck up. I mean, it's been, a bit crazy. Like, I think every year has its ups and downs, right? But this year in particular went really slowly. I think last year and this year collectively have moved very fast, whereas like 2020 crawled by, right?
Yeah.
And 2021 and 2022 were like, holy cow, we're at the end of the year. But I think it's a great time to, purge, to move on to new things, to improve your mindset, to set goals. I mean, partner, I know you posted the other day that you've lost 60 freaking pounds.
Yeah, so I have since the top of the year.
Yeah.
So, hey, man, I know a lot of people like to set New Year's resolutions. I'm not saying you got to stick to them, but at least try to live by them. You have to live by your words, VPR, because that's the only thing you have in this world. But
I think the thing that's hard about New Year resolutions is if you only think about it like as a New Year resolution, that's about as long as you'll stick to it, right?
Mm-hmm. I think, it'll work for 3 days, and then they forget about it and get right back to it.
Or 3 weeks, or maybe even 3 months, right? But that's like unlikely. The people that aren't rigorous with it won't do it. So just those little changes day by day can help to improve. Make it a lifestyle change, not just a New Year resolution, right?
Yeah, and Kiana, I was looking at our YouTube, and I was just like looking at the interviews that we did over the year, and I'm just trying to think to myself right now, which is pretty tough. We interviewed a lot of people, but some of the interviews that stood out in my mind right now, JD, of course, it's always a pleasure to have him on VPR Radio. The Team Money event that we did also at the AMPM Gallery, that was an amazing experience.
For sure.
Also, we're looking forward to being on his podcast because he hit us up and all that. But yeah, Team Money, shout out to Team Money. Make sure y'all check out his new podcast that he has out, Team Money 450.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm looking forward to the new year, partner. And VPR has been a blessing. It has taught me so much in this discipline as far as content creating, and learning that system of just YouTube and videoing and all that stuff. And that's just an experience that I want to continue to go on.
Yeah, for sure. I'm excited by, our conquest thus far, the network of people that we've made, obviously our audience, which watches us every week. And this is past, me having been blocked on Facebook half the year and losing my rights to post.
Me losing my account, my Facebook account.
I was going to say that you lost your whole account, but yet we're still here and we're still doing it, right? And we're creating this content, we're bringing positive vibes, and we're really introducing people to the world through our platform that are continuing that same kind of vibration. So I think it's so important because we don't like to use the term mainstream media, but a lot of media that you see, right? Yeah. And even journalists on Facebook and on these various social media.
Journalists, you call them fake journalists. All they do is share a post. I'm lying. They share a post and be like, "This is how I feel."
Mm-hmm.
And then when somebody questions them about it, they don't want to talk about it. Anyway, but yeah.
Because they don't have any experience or any real wisdom behind it. You can speak matter-of-factly on things, or I should say you should only speak matter-of-factly on things that you actually know about, have experience in, are professional with, have studied, etc. But a lot of people, make these false claims and There's just like a low vibration that's just going on overall. We see a lot of bad things happening regularly. We like to highlight the good things that are happening. I'm excited about Joseph and Julius coming on today. This comic book is great. You know, having young kids and bullying, all of these things that happen on a regular basis, we see it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Being able to touch these kids at a young age is so important, to let them know that they can make better decisions. They don't have to feel pressured or bullied into doing things that can really change their life for the worse, right? So that's an exciting thing, because you know, key love to kids.
Hey, and VPR, just having these guests here. Growing up, we only seen a few black superheroes. Now we can sit there and say, we got like Black Panther, which, you know, that movie did well within itself. I remember Static Shock was another character that I seen that was black that looked like me. So this representation it means a lot. You know what I mean? I understand that there's the Marvels and the DCs, but there's other comic creators, there's other illustrators that are creating, and those projects need to be put on the forefront too. And with our guests today, they have definitely been around, seeing their media coverage and where they've been running around on TV. They have been running around, and I can't wait for these guys to just get a whiff of the comics.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, they had to come to VPR, right? That's a given. So,
hey, Kiana, I know last week we were slightly touching on, I think the week before that, upon our 45th president. That's what we call him, right?
Yeah.
And that man gonna go to jail, y'all.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna get on here and tell y'all, VPR, I don't wish jail on nobody like that. But my man, you can't incite an insurrection on January 6th and walk off and be like, I'm gonna go back to my golf course. And it don't work like that, bro.
Listen, we're gonna see how this goes, because you know, money speaks volumes at the end of the day. I've kind of just been following it, you know, in a passerby type of stance.
Same.
I don't become immersed in it. It's just too much. But I hear something about there was just like one tax return. So through all these years, you've only filed
$750. I seen that this morning. He only paid $750 in tax returns.
FMI?
700 for the whole year.
A small business entrepreneur mom, have been going back and forth with the IRS for years. For 1 year that they audited me, and then just started this whole audit process, because I'm a small business. They want facts that the kids live with me. Like my kids have never not, you know what I mean? Like these are my children. And I think about how crazy it's been back and forth with them, because they really trying to like not let go of my money, but they're going to have to come up off of it.
you want me mine.
And I'm like, no one's ever audited Trump, who's making hundreds of millions of dollars. Like
every day.
A little small business owner mom, make it make some sense, right?
And how much time do you know one bankrupt or five bankruptcy and this, that, and he'll bounce back like it's nothing? Yeah. My thing is, we're getting more to a point where we're just seeing, we're getting more to a point where we're seeing just the stark contrast of everyday citizens and these public figures, how they could just breeze past certain cases. You know, I'm like Harvey Weinstein. He just got locked. I mean, he just got charged again for something else. And I'm just like, wasn't he already in jail? Am I?
He was. Like, when did he get out, right?
Yeah, at this point,
well,
I'm like,
Epstein killed himself, right? So,
hey, VP, I done seen it all. R. Kelly's having his first child in jail. There's a lot of things. Like, I ain't knocking it. You know what I'm saying? It's just a crazy world that we live in now, and with all this media that's going on, you just get bombarded, and people get so invested in other people's lives, and
they do. It's a very strange thing for me. How much time and energy people can place on trying to tell other people about themselves or evaluate a situation and say what it is based on what they've seen presented online or whatever, you know, whether it be Kanye, this and that. I mean, going into depth on diagnosis. And it's like, don't
that's
you
the
have
internet
enough on your own plate to really be able to focus on that? You know, I don't get it.
It's for some people it's content, and even if it's content, do it with some decorum, do it with some taste. You know what I mean? Don't get on here and just like bash you. But that's one thing I'm not going to do on VPR, because I ain't better than nobody. You know what I mean? I'm not above being in the same situation that these gentlemen or gentlewomen, anything you want to call it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I look at
life is crazy.
It is crazy, because anything can happen in a moment. If COVID didn't show you that, but just like this, the situation that's going on with the YSL guys.
Yeah.
Yo, this year has been a hip hop cleanup. Call it what you want, VPR, a hip hop cleanup. The Grinch done came and said, you know what, all the tags y'all done stacked up, I need them back.
Yeah.
Y'all can't be out here inciting violence, going and doing it, and then rapping about it and doing it nonchalant and expect the DA not gonna run down.
Yeah.
And
it's been something.
It's been messy. To see Young Thug's own brother, taking pleas, and maybe they're working on something like that. To see everyone in the gang taking pleas, and to watch the people understand, saying, "Oh, we're only trying to catch the leader."
Right.
And
it's
I'm
all
like,
real when you're rapping about it until you're looking at facing 15 or 20 years in prison, right?
They was rapping saying they're gonna take it to trial. They had a song say "Take it to trial." Fuck all. Like every song, and it's so crazy for me because Kiana, now I'm going outside in the real world. I'm doing all these events. Shout out to Eddie Deuce. We just did his mix album release party in the city.
Congratulations on that album too.
Yeah, very dope. He had Freeway on it and a whole bunch of other dudes. It was really dope. But the thing is now, 6ix9ine isn't the only snitch, and it's not about dropping that label snitch, but we pick and choose who we want to cancel. You know what I'm saying?
Agreed.
Like,
we talk about this all the time. Yeah.
T.I., all these people that they rap certain lyrics, and anything that you're saying, if you're going out there for years saying that, and then you get on the stand and you're just doing something completely different, what you're saying, giving your brothers, how am I? But I can't question that as a listener. It doesn't take away from the music. It don't. But
and that's why these children and even adults need to understand this music. Like, stop taking this stuff so serious. Just like social media, people present what they want. It's not always the truth, right?
Yeah.
Some people are true with it. Some people really about.
And that's why they in jail.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, we didn't see Casanova.
Oh man.
Talking about anybody, right? Like,
how much years he got? You know what I'm saying?
I don't know. Time, and it depends on who's really about that street life and has been invested in it and knows what those sacrifices take.
Kiana,
that's what it is. If you're a gangster, if you're a G, you are committing to a code of not snitching on people. That's just what it is. You just don't do it.
Hey,
that's the code that you live by.
Kiana, the goalpost has been moved. The goalpost has been moved.
The goalpost has been thrown all the way out of here.
I'm watching people online arguing he's not a snitch. You got it in 4K. If you know what I'm saying, say what you want. You know what I mean? If you're going to be an artist or a hip hop artist, okay. You get what I'm saying? And then if you're gonna go on to make gangster music, there's hip hop artists and gangster music. Does Travis Scott make gangster music? No. You see what I'm saying? So there's many different facets of it. So when you get up there and you're speaking it, and then you're the first person to take a plea, and you're saying, "Yo, there was a gun in the car. It ain't my gun," but I'm just saying it. So it just looks weird. You know what I mean? A lot of people are coming home early. People's girlfriends are calling them on the stand saying, "They ain't worried about you. Take your plea deal. You need to come home to your kids." I'm like, "Oh, now you need to come home to your kids, huh?"
Right.
Now it's that.
Right.
It's just
again, it comes down to how you live your life, right? Karma's going to make its way back around. Karma, there's one thing that you can run from. You can run from a lot of things. You can run from people. You can run from situations. You cannot run from that karma. So whatever has been happening is going to come right back around, and it's going to force you to look at yourself in the mirror and make some decisions. And when you're really not about that life, stop rapping about that, because all you're doing is pulling that energy into your life. And now you have to encounter it and be face to face with it and say, "Oh, I don't really want this."
They had 6 months, Kiana. He was only locked up. Sergio Kitchens, Gunner, was only locked up for 6 months, and he said, "I'm good off this.
Yeah,
I'm straight." 6 months.
That's a long time in prison. We're talking about how fast the year went by. I guarantee you, people that are doing hard time, 2022 dragged. Right? Damn, I can't even remember what I did yesterday. They're like, "I know exactly what I did. Yeah, I'll tell you everything I did yesterday from 5 p.m."
I'm like, I can't even get into it, Kiana. I'm just like, I can't even imagine. What's the point of looking at a clock if you're in jail? But I feel for those young men at the same time. But it's just they had some real life circumstances, some real life allegations. People have died, and someone has to answer for that. You can't just be running around shooting, doing drive-bys and hitting people's kids and cops and expecting them not to come say, "Hey, what's going on?" And he's he's like the sixth person of this year that got hit with a RICO. The other guy that was laughing at him, another artist, what's his name? Sauce Walker from Houston. He was laughing at him. He was just like, damn, they had me locked up for 6 months, so I can't wear no Balenciagas. He was laughing at him, making jokes. Mm-hmm. And then 2 days later, they put a RICO on his gang.
Instant karma.
Instant. Not even a day to 2 days. They indicted him and like 14 people of his crew. He's just like, I ain't gonna say nothing no more.
When will they learn? You better not.
He's just like, right? I'm good.
Mind your damn business and let people live the life that they have to live and endure whatever karma, good or bad, comes to them, and look at it, and you can use it as a lesson to learn for your own life. But you definitely don't want to be about that, putting it out and he was
dropping jokes.
Right, that's what will bring that karma right back to you, honey. I promise, and I swear. I see that our guests have stepped into the room, so I'm very, very excited to present them and bring them. Joseph and Julius Chatman of Imperial Elite Comics. Welcome to VPR. How are you, fellas?
Hello. We're great.
Awesome sauce. So we want to know all about you guys. You're very much the dynamic duo out here, comicking, going to bookstores, talking, doing interviews. Tell us how you even came up with this idea. I know that you have a great relationship with your son, and it's all about that bonding. Why did you think it was important to build this product?
Well, we came up with the idea back in like 2018 when he was about maybe like 11, 12 years old. And we, thought about doing a comic because we both love, Marvel and DC as the backdrop, like entails or whatnot. So we thought about it. And then with me having a nonprofit organization and like working in the community with children that are fatherless, homeless, been through domestic situations, bullying, peer pressure. And my son had also experience like bullying in school and whatnot. We thought that it was a great idea to do it, and I talked it over with him and he was down with it, and we had started working on it back in like 2018 and got it done. The first book was released last year, so it took a while for us to get everything all together, but yeah, it's great.
So if you don't mind me asking,
go ahead, brother.
What was the creation process behind your character? Like, what elements did you want to show of his like costume, things like that?
Go ahead.
I guess we just took inspiration off of me. Like, I was the main superhero, and I was just like shocked. I was like, this is gonna be dope. So I guess we took inspiration off of me, and like DC and Marvel, and we just created it.
And all right, so since we all, at least I watch a few comics. What's your favorite superpower? I gotta ask since I have you up here. If you have any superpower in the world, what would it be?
Like flight.
Flight. Okay. I'd definitely like to hear that, Kiana. You can continue.
What about you, FMI? I want to know what you want your superpower to be.
Well, I'm a little bit older now, so my thoughts done changed over the years. First, I wanted to be fast like Sonic and the Flash. Now I just want to be invisible. I don't know. If I could be invisible and I could be where I gotta be, nobody knows.
I'm probably gonna go with you on that one. That or healing, but I think healing is so like it would take so much. I like the visibility. Can't see me. That's how I like to live anyway. Yeah. So Julius, I'm really interested in asking you because you're a young man, right? I have children, teenagers, adults. We know how it is in society. You encounter a lot of different peer pressures. And when you're young and you're intelligent and you speak well, kids don't always react well to that. How do you feel that this comic book can help children that are being bullied, but not just the ones that are being bullied, but the ones that are bullying, the ones that are going through their own trauma that in turn start creating trouble for others? What kind of lessons do you think they can learn from these comic books you guys have created?
I feel like they can learn like discipline, like that don't know that that's wrong and that they shouldn't be doing that to other kids.
Great answer. Discipline. Okay. Mm-hmm. I love that. Never mind.
No, I can say the same thing. I face the same things in school, just speaking a certain way, how people just look at you. But my next question is also, what's your character's origin story? Let me get a little bit of backstory into it. If I open the first page, what am I getting myself into?
The first page, it starts with Demarco in classroom. He's trying to do his math work, and there's a bully. It's a bully that's throwing paper at him, and then he gets agitated and tries to let the teacher know that he's been bullied. So then once he leaves class, because the bully gets suspended from school for constantly interrupting the learning curriculum of class. So the principal suspends him, and then the bully wants to, pushes him in the mud, and it just gets from bad to worse. And then he's walking home and he gets pressured by a neighborhood gang leader to sell drugs and join the family, and just, yeah, man, it's deep. Yeah, it's deep.
Right. And this is real life stuff, right?
Yeah,
That
real
like
life, yeah, absolutely real life.
whether you're in New York or Texas, right?
Yes.
There's variables and there's differences, but very, very similar situations that children go through on a regular level. So, I mean, this is so important. Tell me what you envision for the comic book. I know that you're creating more issues. Where do you see this in the next year, 3 years, 5 years?
So I'm gonna answer first, and then I'm gonna let you answer. Okay. All right. So to echo, we do have two more books released. Actually, the final page for issue 3 is getting completed right now. So by next year, hopefully by the first quarter of 2023, we will be releasing issue 2 and 3, and they actually coincide with issue 1. So if anyone is tuning in, you have to read issue 1 to understand issue 2 and 3, because they're all together. So it's like a series or whatever. So like I said, like at first when we did it, I was just like, hey, we just gonna do this. Like, it wasn't for like the accolades. Like, I just wanted to do it because I knew that it was going to be impactful to bring awareness to kids that's, dealing with domestic violence, bullying, peer pressure, a plethora of things. And that's why I put so many variables in the comic book. So, and within a couple of weeks of releasing the first issue, I started getting phone calls from local news stations, radio stations, and just people just gravitated to it. So, we just gonna see where it goes, or whatever. But for right now, we're actually reaping the benefits of doing something positive. And what's your takes on?
Like from experience, like with like bullying and like peer pressure, like I feel like the people are gonna like learn that, and they'll feel like they had experience of it, so they're gonna like sponsor it and like support it the best way they can. And like it's gonna be like it's gonna be like popular all over the world. Everybody's gonna be buying it.
Yep.
That's right. We receive that.
I love the confidence with that. So when you go to school, right, have any of your friends read the comic, and like, do they interact with you the same, or do they love it? What's their reaction?
Yeah,
do they treat you differently?
No, not really, but like they just like, okay, man, can I buy a book?
See, and that's the support that we need here at VPR.
Yeah, they're first customers, right? We love that.
And a couple of teachers have purchased the comic book as well too. One of his because he goes to like a college prep high school, like they get him prepped and ready for college. So one of his teachers actually bought the comic and got it sitting on the desk or whatever for everybody to see it or whatever. So yeah.
And this is, see, VPR, this is amazing, because growing up, I'm only seeing the Marvels, the DCs, and I'm just thinking that my dad's passing these things down to me. So I know a lot of illustrators. When it came down to like drawing the character, what did you want to show? What did you want to make sure the character embodied?
Well, we didn't do none of the illustration. We wrote the whole script. So basically, what's amazing is our illustrator is actually based, and she lives in Indonesia. So I've never had a face-to-face, never met her in person. Like, I was doing some research online because I tried to pitch it to like a couple of like local artists out here, but they didn't see our vision. So I'm like, I'm not gonna have you draw it if you don't see my vision. So I went online and saw this website called Fiverr or whatever, and I was like, going through a couple of artists. I said, wow. So like, let me reach out to her, and her prices were, you know, reasonable for the budget or whatever. And we sent her the script, because we write the whole script through and through first, like write the script, get it edited, then send it off. And when she like I wanted to see how she was going to do the cover first. So that was going to be the sale for me. So once she sent the cover, the front cover, I said, oh, that's it, man. So yeah, it was she basically the front cover of the comic, man, like that's what did it for me. And she actually she drew my son on the front cover and looked kind of like just like him a little bit. So yeah, man, she saw our vision and
agreed. The high top and all, the great.
Yeah. Yep. He's rocking the braids now, but he used to have a high top like kids. Yeah.
That's amazing. So also, I see that you got Venom up behind you, Wolverine, you got Spider-Man. Now, what did you grow up watching? Let me ask you, what was your favorite superhero? What did you grow up watching?
Yeah, we got Karma Kid up there too. That's ours right there. Yeah.
Yeah.
I couldn't see it before, that's why.
Yes, sir. I grew up on DC, you know, Marvel, you know, Black Panther, Spawn, man, all, you know, all the greats or whatever. But my favorite was always been I would say Wolverine and Batman. What's your favorite song?
Exact same.
You guys are same.
Yeah. But I would say that, you know, we wanted to create content for us though. You know, like we wanted to create, you know, like Black characters, because, you know, we always get overshadowed, and just having an opportunity to actually to create something from a father-son dynamic, and people gravitating to it and supporting it. And, you know, because minorities we don't really get to tell our stories or whatever, but I feel like from a father and son perspective, because a lot of father and sons don't do things together because the Black home is broken, right? So we also wanted to do this as a father and son dynamic to show that, like, hey, we want to change the narrative as a Black man. I'm here for all my kids or whatever, and I'm just trying to do something for him to get him into the mindset of when he gets older, you don't work for nobody, like you work for yourself, because he's co-owner, co-CEO, and co-author of this. So this is something that he can take and run with it.
Right. I mean, essentially, you're building an empire and you're doing it together. What better way than to create it with your children, let them see it from the ground up, and also put that sweat equity and that work in, right? Because like Julius said, discipline, that is so essential for what you guys are building.
Absolutely.
Julius, I know you're an entrepreneur. What do you see yourself doing like in the next 10 years?
You know, I see myself in my mansion, you know, like working
I love it.
Yeah. As you should.
Mansion, yes. And your mansion working on what? I'm sorry, say that again.
I'm working on new Karma Kid books, you know, just chilling.
Yeah.
Yeah. He just asked me the other day how much engineers make. So, you know, outside of the comic, like I enforce like education. He's a AB honor roll student. Like he just got like honored for the first 9 weeks of being on like an 8 honor roll student. And I don't force no sports on him. I basically force him to whatever he loves to do is what he loves to do. But education is top tier, and he just asked me a couple of days ago, how much do engineers make? I said, man, they make good money, man. So, and with him going to a college prep school that's prepping him for college, by the time he's 18, he's going to have a plethora of scholarships ready for him or whatever. So I preach like education is top tier. Absolutely.
Yeah, that's so important for sure. I love that.
No, yeah, VPR. I am loving it. What do you have planned for the future? Because I'm sitting there, I'm looking at the comic. I'm like, yo, I'm gonna want a movie sooner or later. I'm just saying, I'm gonna want a small episode on YouTube sooner or later. And I know you guys can do it.
Yeah. So like on my vision board, right now, I got the whole game plan. So we've already completed the first three series, and actually I got my guys out of Houston called Twin Network. They're gonna be working on the mini series, like the animated mini series or whatever. So, basically like we want to be in-house. So, say for instance, like, okay, we got all this stuff, of course it's all copyrighted and owned by us or whatever. And like, we want to build the infrastructure first and be our own self-contained unit. So say for instance, we get a call from Warner or Netflix or Disney Plus or whomever. Hey man, like we want to put this on our platform. Yeah, y'all can put it on y'all platform, but we still own it. You know what I mean?
Y'all can license it.
And I want to, continue to set it up to like where he's getting residual income. Like I'm teaching him about royalties. Like I'm teaching him about copyrights. Like I'm showing him the game. Like when he's with me, I'm out marketing. I'm showing him how you got to talk to people. You got to market because the product gonna sell itself. And I want to like announce on here, y'all the first to hear it. Master P's reviews station, they actually like reached out to us too. So hopefully by next year they'll be advertising it for us too. So you got a product that people don't really see every day. They're gonna gravitate to it. And I'm just trying to show him if you got something that's different, hey, it's gonna go. So but I'm also teaching them about ownership and entrepreneurship. Like, now, man, you own it. You just give them a percentage of it, and that's it.
That's it, right?
So,
for your product.
80-20 in our favor, not their favor.
That's right. The lion's share should always go to the lion, right?
Absolutely.
So I also want to touch on, because I know that you do a lot more outside of being an author. You're a philanthropist and you have other corporations. Can we talk a little bit about Motivated for Success?
Yes, absolutely. And with Motivated for Success being so near and dear to me, like, Imperial League Comics and like Karma Kid, like they all tie in together because a lot of issues that's in the comic book is a lot of issues that we help with in San Antonio and other states and cities. So we do actually tomorrow we have our second annual hygiene and food drive at the Women and Children Shelter and the Veteran Shelter. And I've been having my nonprofit organization for about 6 years now. I'm about to get it tax exempt so I can get some great government funding. I'm trying to get a youth center built and whatnot, and just trying to push it forward because I come from impoverished drug environment where I saw people getting murdered and killed and prostitution and drug dealing, and like I come from that. But I always say you got to be the change that you want, then you change the world. You know what I mean? So I'm just glad that. And it was all from my spiritual intuition. Like God told me to do this. I tell people all the time, like they ask me, like, well, how you already do it? I mean, God told me to do it. And that's what I did. You know what I mean? So I'm just happy that we're able to create more smiles than frowns. And that's the slogan for Motivated for Success. So
yeah, I love that. And you're definitely out here doing that. And you work in music as well. We have to bring you on so we could talk about you as the entrepreneur.
Yeah, I didn't know. I was like, oh wow.
He wears different hats.
I didn't know that.
Right. Probably the most important hat I'm sure that you wear and feel so honored to wear is the hat of father, and grandfather, because you're doing so much to teach your next generation how to change, how to create wealth, how to create a powerful mindset that's abundant, that lets you really create your best life. So we definitely congratulate you on all of your success. We wish you guys both much more success in the future. We can't wait to see the animated series. Do you have any like upcoming signings coming up for 2023 that you want to announce?
We're actually going to be doing a couple of Comic Cons coming up. That's real big in Texas. So I'm already about to get these vendor booths rented out and about to get this real big banner for Imperial League Comics. So we're gonna be doing a lot of things.
Send me that invite because I'll be in Texas. I would love to come to that. I'll be going to Comic Con out here in New York.
So I'm actually trying to put together like a big music conference mixer because outside of the nonprofit and the comic, something that she just touched on, she knows that I have my label, and I talked to Kiana about this a couple weeks ago about inviting you guys down and trying to whatever way we can get you guys like squared away to come down and be a part of our panel. So I do like big music conferences, and I work with like a lot of like labels and like FM stations or whatever. So, you know, hopefully by the time you got here or whatever, we can probably do it then or whatever. But yeah, man, I mean, like anytime we're doing something in Texas, and if y'all in the area, like for sure, like absolutely. Yes.
I'm gonna hold you to that. I'm a fan of Texas. I like Texas now. That's my second home. I coined it over New York now. It's my second home.
Hey, like they say in New York, man, my word is bond, yo. You know what
You know what
I'm saying? For sure.
Right.
Yeah, no doubt.
Julius, I would love to ask you, young man, to leave us with our final words of positivity that we like to send out.
Well, for today's positivity, I always gotta say, like, if you're going through something, you know, like, just like, you know, like reach out to like positivity, and it'll help you, and like you'll get like a positive feeling. Like, for example, our book, like, if you read it, like, it has like positivity within it, and like you'll like feel the experience behind it. And if you're going through something like, you know, like bullying, domestic violence, peer pressure, like you'll know, you're like when you read it, it'll help you, like guide you through that, and it'll like, and with all like the ads and stuff, it'll like it like there's like hotlines in it, so you can call somebody to help you with that.
Preach them, yes.
Oh, I love that. That's great targeted advertising. Very, very smart. You guys are dynamic indeed. We would love to have you back on in the future. Please make sure you follow Imperial Elite Comics, also Imperial Elite Music Group, and Motivated for Success.
Absolutely.
And we'll talk to you guys soon. Thank you so much for joining us.
I appreciate the love, VPR. Like, y'all doing great. Like, I try to tune in as much as possible. Like, I'll show y'all post everything. You know, it's all love and respect, and y'all keep doing what y'all doing too, man, for sure. I appreciate y'all.
Hey, I'm hyped for this comic now. You sold me.
I got y'all. We like, I'm gonna make sure to get y'all like signed copies as well too. So yeah, I got y'all for sure.
Please, I'll do a whole unboxing and review of that too. Yes. I want to make sure I put it to our YouTube so we can share the love, bro.
Absolutely, man.
Love what you guys are doing.
We appreciate you guys. Keep being great. Okay.
Thank you. For sure. Right. Thank y'all. All right.
Talk to you soon.
Okay.
Awesome. Amazing.
Yo, VPR, like, I don't have kids, but if I did have kids now,
right.
Kiana, and the way that, hey man, I gotta have my kids like y'all kids, man. That is amazing. That is amazing. He's speaking like a 30-year-old man.
I know,
with his thoughts, and I'm just like,
so wise.
This child is maybe, you know what I mean, he's 12, maybe 15. I'm not too sure, but he has his mind on his shoulders, and that is always beautiful to see, especially within our culture.
That's right.
And knowing your business is the most important thing. You don't want to.
That's right. And this young man knows his business. So we love it. We thank you always for watching. Again, next week is going to be our last episode of season 10. It's been an amazing season. I think we should do like a little recap. Maybe I'll
I'm gonna chop up some videos. I'll send you something you said.
Yeah. We chop and see what
VPR, Have you seen the new clips that have been coming onto the page? Kiana has been editing and has been just going off. So make sure y'all extra like all the posts. Kiana has been in post-production doing her thing, and she has just picked this up, and she's doing her thing. I am blown away. I can't wait to give you guys content and just bring this energy. Shout out from Puerto Rico. Hey, what's going on?
Sure. We love it in PR. Wepa. I'm learning Spanish too on Duolingo. So next time I go back, I'm going to be talking all the things.
I got Google Translate. I just put that headphone in and then let them talk to it.
I'm ready. I'm just like, slow it down so I can translate in my head. Thank you so much. Guys. And thank you, Marcus. We appreciate you. I need to eat some more of that golden chicken. I know that much, but we'll talk behind the scenes.
Nah, that chicken is mega. Make sure.
Yeah, man. We'll see you next week, guys. Have a beautiful and wonderful day. Stay positive and stay dope.